So, Shaina, when you think of Christopher Columbus and his legacy, what are the first things that come to mind?
The first thing that comes to mind is when we were in elementary school and we were taught the poem in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. We were taught that he discovered America and he was a really important man, and that's the first thing that comes to mind.
And going off of that, do you think that Christopher Columbus, being this very important man, is he considered a hero?
No, definitely not. So we were taught that he was a hero when we were younger in elementary school, but now that I'm grown up and like I've had the chance to learn more about him, I realize he's not a hero, and I don't understand why we're taught that he was. He did terrible things. He was a murderer, and he mistreated the Native Americans, and he did terrible things. And yeah, so I don't know why we're taught that he was a hero, because I don't think he was.
And what do you think were the long-lasting impacts of his exploration of the Americas?
Um, well, first and foremost, it would be the fact that Native Americans are also called American Indians. Columbus didn't intend on discovering America. He thought he was going to India, and because of his mistake, this group of people, like, they're called American Indians, and that's our name. That's the European name for them. It's very Eurocentric, and also he also created an us versus them mentality in terms of the Europeans versus the Native Americans. He immediately thought that they were savages and barbarians and that the Europeans were so much better than them. And so that kind of created the effect that um, all the explorers who came after Columbus, they also had that same mentality. And I think that was a big factor in the mistreatment of Native Americans over all of these years.
And do you think that these effects still exist today? Like, how do they still exist today?
Oh, absolutely. Well, like I mentioned before, it's the term American Indian, and they're still mistreated to this day. Not mistreated, but they do have their own reservations, and there are issues going on today that are still affecting their lands. So, like, yeah.
And what do you think you would say to schools today that are teaching that Christopher Columbus is a hero?
So I think we should still learn about him. He was an important man, but he just wasn't a hero. I think we should learn about what he did do to the Native Americans, and the consequences of that. So we should learn about him, just not, continue learning that he's a hero, because he's not.
All right. Thank you.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
that interview.
You're welcome. I hope this helped.